Welcome back, everybody, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here in NCAA Football 14. And today, we're not watching a Westlake football game because we are attending the Utah State High School Championship between, guess who, the Ogden Tigers and the Burmester High Black Bears. It could only be these two teams, right? They faced off in Week 1. Ogden got the win, mainly because of Ogden's rushing dominance. But ever since that game, neither one of these two teams have lost, and all of their wins have been by at least 28 points. These are easily the two best teams in the state of Utah, maybe the two best teams in all of high school football, and these two teams have plenty of fun storylines, mainly on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Ogden, they run the ball incredibly. Their leading rusher is quarterback Keith Fleming, also led by wide receivers Noah Cox, Tegan Moon, and Jared Jackson when it comes to rushing. And meanwhile, for Burmester High, their receiving core is stacked. Even with senior captain Earl Blake being shut down for the year with a potentially career-hindering injury, their receiving core is very good. Carter Westwood, Cassius Troy, Josiah Mendez, Avo Ialuco. And to showcase all of the talent, I've hired a few high school experts, if you will, to really go more in depth about these players and to show some of the guys who could be going D1 and could eventually become
Alright, thank you Octagonal Gaming for having me on. My name is Legion. I am representing Franchise Gaming, and we're going to be looking at the Utah State champion finalist Ogden Tigers. The Tigers are filled with potential D1 players and maybe even a few guys who could go to Westlake. Looking at some of their underclassmen, Ryan Bailey is the only notable freshman. Bailey is a versatile offensive lineman who can play multiple positions. The Tigers have a talented sophomore receiver tandem in Noah Cox and Lewis Venice. Cox was utilized a lot this year while Venice was more of depth. Despite less playing time, Venice has a ton of upside and has multiple scholarships. Safety Sean Love is also talented. I think he has the potential to be a 5-star in a few seasons. The other notable sophomore is the most interesting player on this roster, Keith Fleming. Fleming is the starting quarterback, and I expect him to play college football someday, but not as a quarterback. He is an incredible running back who could have a Taysom Hill role in a collegiate offense. While this isn't a typical type of player Westlake usually gets, I think they should make a play for him. The Tigers are led by their junior class. Irving Porter is one of high school's most dangerous runners, and he's a guy who will be very successful as a collegiate running back. Jorge Cook is also a talented junior, and the two-way tight end could have a role as a solid player. Ogden has a very solid defensive line led by Pat Cunningham and Leon Ramirez. Both of them are huge sleepers in next year's recruiting class and have been the unsung heroes of this team. Alan Rivera has been a shutdown presence in the secondary, and he's another guy who just has that special feel to him. And you can't forget about the Moon Twins. Receiver Tegan and corner Tristan are among the most talented players on this team. They've been covering each other in practice since freshman year, and man, that's fun. These guys will all be back in Ogden next year, but not the seniors. Ogden only has 2 seniors going D1, including receiver Jared Jackson. Jackson has more rushing yards than receiving in his career and will be a Kansas Jayhawk next season. Offensive lineman Alberto Fuller is a key cog in this group and is the main reason why this run game is so good. Fuller is still undecided in his commitment. That will do for my portion. Thanks again to Octagonal Gaming for having Franchise Gaming on, and back to you.
What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic, and I have the privilege of looking over the Burmester High Black Bears here for this Utah State Championship game. But enough about me. Let's take a look at some of the best players that are on this roster. Burmester has been a power in high school football for years, and some of their top players are soon to be reaching the dream of reaching the collegiate level. The only notable freshman at the moment is receiver Joshua Mendez. Joshua wasn't supposed to get a lot of playing time this year, but with injuries to Cedric Gregg and Earl Blake, Mendez has been great so far this season. The Black Bears also have many key sophomores, including quarterback Alex Westwood. Westwood has been rehabbing all season from a shoulder injury but he should be the starter next year with Norden McKellick graduating. Some scouts think he's a better prospect than his older brother Steven, who graduated from Burmester High School last year as the top quarterback in high school football and could be the Peyton Curtis replacement for Westlake. The other talented sophomore on this team is guard Laquez Vincent. Vincent is a guard with excellent athleticism and run blocking ability, as he has turned to this team's best offensive lineman. Just like Ogden, this team is led by juniors as well. Clay Lewis and Raymond Reddington headline some of the team's best defensive backs and should be at least four-year starters next year. And there are also a few talented junior linebackers in Tyler Westwood and Ronald Benson, who make a very talented duo as well. They are good in run and pass defense, giving the defensive line and secondary less responsibilities. The receiving core, however, is the best part of this team. As Westlake know the Akaluku family well, Ayo graduated a few years ago, and Ari is currently a redshirt freshman. Unlike Ayu and Ari, however, Avu is actually a tight end. Westlake isn't known as a team who develops tight ends well, but since it's an Aluku kid, I'm sure he'll play well for the Westlake Hornets. Then we move on to Cassius Troy, who has been a very good receiver for the Black Bears and expects him to be a 5-star recruit next year. However, he's not even the best receiver on this team. That's because Carter Westwood is on this squad, and he may be the best high school football player in the country. And remember, he's just a junior as well. Moving on to this senior class though, Arch and Orlando are the stars of his Burmester defense. Arch is undecided on his commitment at the moment, but Orlando has committed to BYU earlier this season. Receiver Earl Blake is also a talented receiver on his own right, but a few weeks ago he suffered a potentially career-ending knee injury, which means Blake may have to go attend a JUCO school for a couple of years to try to make it back to the Division I ranks. Last but not least, we got Norden McKellick. His passing numbers are among the best in high school football, but he doesn't plan on playing football at the collegiate level at the moment. Maybe a big performance tonight in the state championship game could change all that. That'll do for my portion though. This is John J Gaming on the mic, and I'm going to be signing off.
Jordan has this ball teed off for Burmester High, and we are underway. This ball will go deep into the end zone. I told you these kids were talented. Received by the safety, Sean Love, and he'll take a knee. New coach is not the new coach at Ogden, but it is what it is, I guess. This Ogden offense has ran for almost 5,000 yards as a collective unit this season, led by sophomore quarterback Keith Fleming, who's at about 1.5K, which leads the way. He's not necessarily known for his arm talent, however. I'm not sure why they're showing Gabe Carter. I guess he's the backup, but okay. Burmester High's offense is very different from Ogden's. The Ogden Tigers run the ball about 95% of the time, while the Black Bears offense here is the total opposite. This offense loves to air it out, led by quarterback Norden Michalik, and believe it or not, despite the fact that he leads the nation in many passing categories, he does not plan on playing football post-high school. However, expect many of his receivers to go on to college. Not only that, but a few big-name colleges, one of those guys being Carter Westwood, who will absolutely be a 5-star next year. Some high school analysts believe he's the best overall player in the country, let alone class. Carter Westwood racked up 2,700 receiving yards this year. I know, some of these stats are mind-boggling. Obviously, that led the entire nation by a landslide. Here's Michalik on first down, under pressure. He's going to get that one to Cassius Troy, who also could be a 5-star next year. He gains 15, which is good enough for the first down. Burmester High barely runs the ball in the first half. Usually they do a lot in the second half to chew clock. But considering this is actually an evenly matched game, I really expect the Black Hairs to just throw the ball all day. First and goal, Michalik looking for his tight end, Avo Eyaluko. the younger brother of Ayo and Ulrich. He actually loses a yard, and his Westlake Hornet brothers would not be proud of him. Now it's 2nd and goal from about the 3-ish yard line, as Derek Crosby in the backfield, Michalik under center, 2 receivers set. Here's Michalik looking for the end zone, risky pass, and that's for freshman Josiah Mendez. Remember, that's a 9th grader making that play. Mendez has really stepped up with Earl Blake getting hurt, and he has been huge for this offense these past few weeks. He's going to need to have a big game today if Burmester High's offense wants to play well, and it's certainly a good start for them. Here returns the Ogden offense. Last drive was a slow start for them, but if this unit can really get on a groove running the football, I'm sure they're going to be fine. Fleming looking to throw it, and he is sacked immediately. That's Orlando Westwood, the BYU commit, and I'm surprised what Ogden's done so far. They've ran it once, and they've gone for 3 pass plays, which is weird, because this team is so good at running the ball. I don't know why they're really mixing it up. Ogden's offense has looked lost today, which is a surprise. This offense accumulates probably 600-plus yards every single game they play. Another bad throw from Fleming on 3rd down. Jared Jackson, the intended receiver. Nice coverage from Burmester High. Now it's 2nd and 10 here for Burmester High's offense. About 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 your score as Carter Westwood is wide open. He has blocks untouched to the end zone. Touchdown Black Bears. 64-yard scamper for Mr. Westwood. And my, oh my, is Burmester High looking good. Just a very nice display of offense. The cornerback got baited out. I think that's Alan Rivera who missed that one. And then Westwood just had clear running ahead. Excellent blocking from the receivers. And Burmester High has definitely looked like the better team up to this point. I just spoke with Westlake head coach Mason Conway, who is in for today's game. And he said it's like watching a college football game. I mean, these players are as talented and as athletic as his own guys. 2nd and 7, there's Quay Lewis with the sack on Keith Fleming, who has negative rushing yards up to this point, which is crazy, considering after most first quarters, he's nearing the 150 mark some games. Now it's 3rd and 10 for Ogden, and this offense needs to pick it up, or else they'll be set for a long night. Fleming looking to throw it, and it's tipped, batted away, incomplete, another 3 and out for Ogden. Burmester looking really good as a surprise to nobody, but I think the big surprise is that Ogden has played this badly. I expected this game to be extremely evenly matched, and, well, we've not gotten that tonight. I guess that's a plus for the defense. Roger Miller forcing a loss of 2. Roger that. So now it's a 3rd and 12. Maybe Ogden's defense can get a stop. 3rd and 12 for Burmester High's offense. This unit has been perfect today. Let's see if they finally get stopped for once. Michalik, calm and composed in the pocket, but he probably shouldn't have, as he is sacked by Leon Ramirez, the talented edge rusher. That'll force a punt as the first quarter concludes. Second quarter underway, and the first quarter was not particularly pleasant for Ogden, but they do have the ball back, and this is their chance to make amends for a bad start. Or maybe not. Mitchell picks it off, and Burmester High gets the ball right back. Keith Fleming is 0 for 5. That one went right in the hands of Jaquez Mitchell. And you gotta wonder, what is with these play calls? Why is Ogden not running the ball? I don't get it. This Ogden offense has been so good at running the ball this season. And other than week 1 against Burmester, Ogden's season low in points is 59. Yeah, their season low, other than the Burmester game. And you know the old saying, don't fix anything that ain't broke? Well, it's been the opposite today for Ogden. They are trying to fix something that isn't broke, and it's not working. Here's Josiah Mendez, the freshman, for a gain of 37. And Burmester High's offense is continuing to click. I guess they just prepared more, or they wanted it more than Ogden. I don't know. I'm not surprised Burmester High's offense is playing well today, but as you can already tell, I am shocked by the way that Ogden's offense has played today. They probably have negative yardage at this point. Here's Carter Westwood for a first down, and more Westwood breaking tackles, getting his second score of the day. And this one continues to just get uglier. Burmester High's offense is 21 points. Ogden's offense has 3 total yards in this game. That doesn't tell you the full story. I don't know what does. Here's Fleming on first down. This is why he's so good, because he's running the ball, and he gains 36. That is what Ogden's offense needs to do. They need to run the ball with Keith Westwood, play him to his strengths like they've done all season, and plays like that can get Ogden back in the game. If I'm the Ogden Tigers, I just try to start on a clean slate, start from scratch, and try to make this comeback. First down, Fleming keeps it again. Westwood chasing him, and Fleming loses 2. Westwood among the contact, that's Quay Lewis, who gets credited with the TFL, however. If Ogden does not get the third down conversion here, I think they have to go for it. I know it may be a little bit early, but down by 21 against a team as good as Burmester, I feel like you have to be aggressive. 3rd and 7, Irving Porter with the catch, and he gets the first down, breaking the tackle from one of the Westwood kids. Who knows which one it is, because there's about 17,000 of them. If you watch a ton of Ogden football, you may notice that Tegan Moon has not been on the field. He's mainly their slot receiver, and he's been very good this year. And we took a look at their sideline, and he's not even in pads. Apparently he's out for this game, which was not surfaced up here in the booth until just now. So, I don't really know what Ogden's injury department is doing, but okay. Even though I did not talk about that run, because I was just focused on the Tegan Moon thing, that was still a good play from Keith Fleming. 2nd and goal. Here's Fleming trying to get in the end zone, and he is immediately swallowed up. That's Ronald Benson, the South Dakota native, with the tackle. Benson is projected to be a 5-star linebacker next season. So now it's 3rd and goal, 1:40 left to go. If I'm Ogden, I'm in no hurry to hike this football. They don't listen to me, which is weird. And the pass is broken up from Orlando Westwood. 4th and goal. This is quite an interesting play. It looks like Ogden is going to go the safe route, try to make it 21-3. Let's see if they're able to do it. This kick is up, and it is no good. So the kick is off, and Ogden still has a big goose egg in the scoreboard. Ogden cannot be wasting drives right now. This is literally the worst possible time for them to do so. And now their defense has to get a stop, or else it could be game over headed into halftime. There is Michalik looking deep for Cassius Troy for a gain of 30, and it's not looking good for Ogden right now. Let me just leave it at that. Now Burmester High has it at a 44. It's first down. Let's see if our offense can keep it going. Here's Norton Michalik looking to throw it. Michalik under some pressure. He fakes one sack, has a wide open man. That's Carter Westwood, who brings it inside the 10. It is 2nd and goal from the 10. 22 seconds left. Burmester High's offense is down to 2 timeouts. So here's Michalik trying to toss it to Hoffman, who loses 4. So Burmester's rushing offense isn't looking too good today, but they still have 21 on the scoreboard. So Ogden never got back to the line of scrimmage in time, and that's how the first half is going to end. 21-0 is our score. Or did I say Ogden didn't get back to the line of scrimmage in time? I meant Burmester High. Anyway, a little bit more background on these teams. The Black Bears, if they win this game, which it looks like they will, that'll be their 4th straight state championship, their 3rd straight one over Ogden, and the other one was against Salt Lake High. And to put things in perspective, to show why these two teams are so good, if you look at the semifinal games, you had Salt Lake City High lose to Ogden 59-0, and then Burmester High beat Pleasant Grove 66-3. 3rd and 4 for Ogden. They are 0 for 2 on 3rd down today, which is kind of surprising. As here's Norton Michalik. He will look to throw it. Michalik under pressure. He's going to try to get it to Cassius Troy, who gains nothing. And Ogden's defense will start the drive and start the second half with a 3-and-out. Here's the Ogden offense down 21-0, and I think something has to give at this point. Here's Keith Fleming on first down. He's going to run with it, and he's going to have the first down and more before being pushed out by Cooks. But maybe, just maybe, this is the drive where the Tigers can get back into the mix of things. Ogden has 80 rushing yards today, which for most teams is a very respectable number, especially considering they're playing a very good defense. But this offense is usually at least 250 at this point, And this run will get him closer to 250. Irving Porter, 41 yards to the house, and the Tigers are on the board. Maybe this is the spark they need to get back in this game. You know, it really looks like Ogden has made nice adjustments in the halftime locker rooms. So maybe here in the second half, they can make this a game. 3rd and 9. Here's Michalik under a ton of pressure. His pass was close to Carter Westwood, but another 3 and out, and Ogden gets the ball back. Ogden started this drive at the Burmester 44. Now they have it at the Burmester 32. And a comeback is certainly possible. They string it together a few nice plays. And here's one. Irving Porter with his 2nd rushing score of the game. And Ogden will cut the lead down to 7 just like that. Ogden's offense is succeeding right now because they are running the football. What did I tell you guys in the first half? If they run the football, this offense is elite. And now Burmester is only up by 7. And there is a wide open man downfield. It's Josiah Mendez who drops the football. Huge deflection late on that play. That could have been bad for the Tigers. Ogden gets a massive break. Now it's 2nd and 10. The Black Bears have it about the 21. Here's Norton Michalik looking to throw it. He's going to go up the middle. He connects with Josiah Mendez, who hauls it in this time for a gain of 30. 30-yard gains just feel effortless and casual to this Burmester High offense sometimes. But a minute left to go in the third. Black Bears lead it 21-14. They were up 21-0 at halftime. And Ogden really wants to come back. Michalik looked too composed and calm in the pocket. He fumbles it. The Black Bears do pick it up, but that's a loss of 7. Ivy is the one credited with the sack. He looks like he's about 7'4" and weighs about 130. So that's actually only going to be a loss of 1 because the ball bounced forward after the fumble. So instead of 2nd and 17, now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Michalik. Off balance throw, and it's intercepted by Miller. Just an awful play for Michalik. It looked like he was trying to get it to Cassius Troy. And Ogden will get the football back. This is actually happening right now, people. Ogden has never won a state championship in school history. And they look dead at halftime. But here in the third quarter, they've been unstoppable. Here's Fleming on the option. 1st down and more. Keith Fleming down the field. And Ogden, assuming they make the PAT, will tie this game up. It was 21-0 at halftime with Burmester getting the ball. And now here at the end of the third quarter, this game is tied up. Ogden ran for 3 scores in the third quarter. All 3 of them were from at least 30 yards out, and on all 3 of those runs, the offensive line gave Porter and Fleming so many holes, it was unbelievable. Not to mention, the offensive linemen were keeping pace down the field with Porter and Fleming, which is pretty incredible. Risky pass here on 1st down for Josiah Mendez, who drops it. And as you can tell, Ogden's defense, and Ogden overall, has all the momentum right now. Burmester High really might choke this game. They do have the ball, and this is such a good offense. Yeah, they struggled in the third quarter, but if they can pick things back up, I'm sure they'll be fine. Short pass for Troy, who loses it. This Burmester High offense struggled in the third quarter, but this is such a talented group, and if they can get a mojo going, I'm sure they'll be fine. 3rd and 10, Michalik looking for Josiah Mendez, who has the 1st down and more. Mendez with blocks is pushed out at the 30. Big play for the Black Bears. They needed that 1st down conversion, and they got it. To put things in perspective, to show how Burmester High loves throwing the football, their running back, Derek Crosby, has 1 carry today. Usually he is more because they chew the clock in the second half. Obviously they can't in this game because of the circumstances. Doug Crowder in the game at quarterback. I guess Michalik is out for a few plays due to an injury. And there's Leon Ramirez with his 3rd sack of the game, forcing a 2nd and 22. Norton Michalik has returned to the game, 3rd and 7. Here's Michalik looking to throw it. Risky pass up the middle. And he connects with Carter Westwood for a gain of 19. And the Black Bear offense continues to move it. So now it's 1st and goal from about the 7. As the Ogden Black Bears, wow, the Burmester Black Bears are 2 for 3 in the red zone. Why not make it 3 for 4? Josiah Mendez with his second receiving touchdown of the day, and the Black Bears are back up with 3 minutes to go. Burmester High's offense answered, putting up a touchdown on their last drive, now up 28-21. This is the most important drive of the high school season for any team. Fleming is sacked for a loss of 4 by Benjamin Fountain, setting up a pivotal 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 here for Ogden. They have to get a conversion, or else they are in a little bit of trouble. Fleming just throws it away immediately. Not hesitating, he just launches it out of bounds, forcing a 4th and 6. Derek Crosby running out of bounds will stop the clock, which is so big for Ogden's defense. And maybe they'll still have enough time. Here's on Crosby on 1st down, he loses 4. And here comes the Tiger defense trying to show off what they do best. Now it's 2nd and 14. Ogden just used their first timeout. They have 2 remaining. As it's going to be another option pitch, and it's caught by Phillips. And Ogden will tie the game. Boyd Phillips will return at the distance. The Black Bears are just trying to do a pitch option, but they turn it over, and now this game is back to being tied up. What a chaotic second half after a blowout in the first half, and now Burmester has to drive down the field and win the game. With 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining, Burmester High has the football. This game is tied at 28. If they can drive down the field and score, they will likely become Utah State champions. 1st down, Norton Michelik gets it to Westwood, who drops the football. Rarely do you ever see Carter Westwood drop it, and now is the worst time to do so. This choke could actually happen if Burmester does not get the conversion here on 3rd and 10. 5 wide set. Michelik looking to throw it. Looking for Derek Crosby, who makes the catch. Wow, is that a big 1st down for Burmester High. Huge reception for the running back, Derek Crosby. 2nd and 10, 1:27 to go. Burmester High does have all 3 timeouts, if you were wondering. Here's Michelik under a ton of pressure, hoping he gets lucky, and it's intercepted by Campbell. Burmester High has choked this, and Ogden has taken the lead. Ryan Campbell with a pick 6. This choke has actually happened. Incredible coverage from the Tigers. Michelik had no clue what to do, and Burmester High might have just choked a 21-0 lead. 3rd and 10, 58 seconds left. Ogden has to get a 1st down here. They have to, and they know they have to. Here's Michelik looking to throw it over to Avo Eyaluko, who only gains 9. Burmester calls a timeout. I think that means we're going to go for it. 4th and 1. This is the game. If Ogden doesn't get it, then you can, or if Burmester High doesn't get it, sorry, you can crown Ogden as state champions. Here's Norton Michelik looking to throw it, looking for Carter Westwood, who makes the catch, and the game is still alive for the Black Bears. 3rd and 5, 37 seconds left. Burmester High has 2 timeouts, so does Ogden. Here's Norton Michelik looking to throw it. Gets it to Elliott, and he will gain 6, and that's all he needs. Alonzo Elliott with his first catch of the game, and that's good for a 1st. Burmester is going to have to take a few deep shots, and they're not going to be having Norton Michelik throw them. Michelik just got injured on the previous play. Here's the backup, Doug Crowder. Crowder on 1st down, looking for Mendez, who drops it. 2nd and 10, 14 seconds remaining. Burmester High is down to their last timeout. Here's Doug Crowder, looking to throw it, and a dart for Cassius Troy, who gains 20, bringing it inside the 20. Cassius Troy did not go out of bounds, so that means there's 7 seconds left. Burmester was forced to call a timeout. Crowder looking, end zone! Troy drops it, and now Burmester is going to have to heave it deep. 4 seconds left. This is it. If Burmester does not get it, game over, season over. Crowder looking, Westwood gets it at the 1, and he's not in! And Burmester High is 1 yard short. And the Tigers of Ogden are state champions in dramatic fashion. After being down 21-0 at halftime, They came back, and Burmester High is 1 yard away from tying this game up. I talked with Burmester's coach. He said they were going to go for 2, so potentially they were 1 yard away from winning. An unbelievable ending to an unbelievable game. But congratulations to the Ogden Tigers for winning their first state championship. And to be fair, I would say Burmester outplayed them a little bit. Looking at the numbers for the day, Norden Michalik was very solid. It hurt the Black Bears not having him late. Doug Crowder made a few nice throws, but it was not enough. Running the ball, this team barely ran it, and I don't even think they got positive yards. Nope, -1 total yards. Ouch. Receiving, Carter Westwood, phenomenal. 1 yard short. Cassius Troy was good, but he didn't go out of bounds at the end, and if he did, the Black Bears could have called a timeout, plus 2 seconds wouldn't have gone off the clock, because they didn't know if he went out. So that last play killed it. Josiah Mendez looked very good. Aloe Luca was kind of quiet, though. The blocking was decent. The defense was excellent in the first half. That's all I can say, and only in the first half. The second half was quite bad. Then looking at the Ogden stats, Keith Fleming did not throw the ball well, which is not too surprising. They ran the ball phenomenally in the second half, but surprisingly, the only 2 players who got carries were Keith Fleming and Irving Porter. Nothing for Noah Cox, nothing for Jared Jackson, which is a surprise. Jackson and Cox didn't even get a reception, so those 2 were not even used, really. Noah Cox did get 9 pancakes. Jared Jackson got 7, so I guess they blocked well. But nonetheless, an incredible ending to an incredible game. And just like Westlake, Burmester High was 1 yard short of a championship. So the people in Burmester have to deal with their high school team being 1 yard short and their college team being 1 yard short. Let's just hope those Burmester fans are not Tennessee Titan fans, or else ouch.